come do my skincare with me while I tell you about my journey with endometriosis, suspected adenomyosis, as a 35-year-old mum of two. So I'm literally like mid flare up. Right now I am ovulating and I've had a horrific couple of days with headaches and pains down my legs and cramping and just generally feeling exhausted and awful. So that's been fun. I remember being a teenager, I'm 35 now, and my dad having to pick me up from school because I bled through my clothes every month, and I have very vivid memories of this. And I remember being put on the pill at about the age of 13, 14. I came on my period when I was 11. And I remember that as well. And that being kind of it, I was put on the pill, and then I had 2 implants over 10 years for like my university years and things. And I stopped taking contraception in my mid-20s, was I maybe early 20s? And to be fair, because I think things had been kept at bay, I was okay. And when I met my husband, I was doing all right, kind of didn't really suspect anything at all. Fast forward to my first child. I had my son Jude 6 years ago. And when I stopped breastfeeding, my periods were completely, as they are now, kind of debilitating, unmanageable, couldn't stand up. I would be collapsed onto the floor. It was just awful. The crying, it was, unbearable pain every month. Not pain during ovulation that I can remember, not like I have now. And I was like that for about a year and a half maybe. And I was getting really panicked because they had spoken to me, the hospital had spoken to me about it being potentially endometriosis and said you may struggle to conceive your second child. So this is what a private consultant told me in the end, because I think the waiting lists were just getting silly. I think I have a GP who is amazing, who has endometriosis. So whenever I needed medication, whenever I needed anything, she would just give it to me because she could see. And she said, this is what I think you have. Yeah, that was it. And then I went private because I was worried we would struggle to conceive. And we didn't. And after that appointment, I think I fell pregnant within 5 weeks. So I feel extremely lucky. I fell pregnant with my second son, Oscar, who is now 3. And again, after I had him, things were okay, breastfed. And as soon as I stopped breastfeeding, all my symptoms had kicked in again. I've had one consultant who has been absolutely shocking, who I remember going to one of the appointments and they said, it's an hour and a half late. She's an hour and a half later than this. I think she was already half an hour behind by then. And she was the kind of consultant that had just kind of said to me, you probably don't have it anyway. So I've lost 5 stone. I've kept it off for about a year now. And my endometriosis symptoms got a lot better. And she said to me, I don't think you ever had it. And I thought, oh God, what was that, year and a half from hell? Why was I bleeding through my jeans at 12, 13 years old? And she wasn't really doing anything apart from plying me with painkillers, which I was already getting from this wonderful GP anyway. And I requested another consultant, saw another consultant who seems absolutely wonderful, has written a multi-page letter to me about me, even wishing me well for my wedding because he knew I was getting married, but had basically said, because you are dealing with melanoma, so I also got diagnosed with melanoma this year. It's been a fun year. He said, I can't really do anything. I can't really, in good faith, book you in for a laparoscopy because you are dealing with melanoma. And at the time they suspected I had it in 2 areas. So he just said, look, he gave me Dianogest, which I tried and had a horrific experience with. It just made me extremely hormonal. It made my boobs so sore. It felt like I had mastitis. My mood swings were really bad. I was staying up all night. It was giving me really bad insomnia, which is not normally a problem for me, unless I'm on my period or ovulating. I said I can't take that anymore because it was impacting my every single day, which unfortunately the endo is now doing as well. But he just said, let's try this and then I'll see you in a few months and then if things are still not good, I think the next step will be an MRI. I've had an ultrasound, which I haven't had the results back for just yet. And then I believe my next steps are MRI and laparoscopy, now that my melanoma has all kind of, I've had the all clear in that sense, for now, hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, we kind of are at the stage now where when I'm ovulating, I am having debilitating migraines and headaches. I've been in bed all day today. I worked 4 till 6 p.m. I'm a tutor. I run a tutoring company, and I had work at 4. So I literally have been in bed all day on my painkillers with a hot water bottle. It's not left my side. And then I worked 4 till 6 and then back again. So, and I had my children. So I've had to like obviously help with them, look after them, see them. But yeah, this is really like kicking my ass at the minute. And I'm looking forward to seeing my consultant, hopefully getting some more answers, getting this laparoscopy and, you know, seeing what we can do. Because yeah, you're spending like more than half the month with a hot water bottle attached to you, taking all kinds of painkillers, and it's no way to live, especially when you have a family. And even my kids, my 3 and 6 year old, know what this is. They understand it. They know that mummy has pain, that mummy bleeds, that mummy can't help look after them sometimes. And I just think how heartbreaking that my 3 and 6 year old know it and have to ask me how I am and have to try and help look after me and get my hot water bottles for me. And yeah, it's a horrible, horrible condition. So yeah, for anyone else who's currently going through it, I am with you, and I understand how awful it is and how it can feel that for people not to get it. I think I have a lot of wonderful friends, and my husband is brilliant and, you know, really has to sacrifice quite a lot when I'm struggling. But yeah, it's madness that this is where we are with, you know, diagnosis and getting help.